everybody has concerns for, you know? So this is 45% discount right now, not just for acne scars, but so amazing to remove skin texture.
The first K-beauty cleanser that I've used.
That it's amazing to calm heated skin too. It like visibly reduced the size of my pimple.
We have a wonderful theme for today. Acne.
I feel like this is a subject that everybody has concerns for, you know?
It's kind of never-ending.
Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle, definitely.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about products. The first step for your skincare routine is...
Cleanser.
Okay.
Cleanser. Personally, for me, I think this is an OG product.
This is the first K-beauty cleanser that I've used. Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
This is the COSRX Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. It does remove the sebum, dirt, makeup, sunscreen, everything off as a second cleanser.
Right.
Plus, I think it doesn't like strip away the necessary moisture that you've been trying to keep all along.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think this is a good cleanser, especially if you do have acne-prone skin or skin with sensitivity. And most likely, if you have acne-prone skin, you're feeling some type of sensitivity around that area. Yeah.
So we've talked about like spot treatments, right? And we talked about how, you know, something can go very wrong, especially if you use products that are not meant for the specific acne that you have. But there's many ways that you can spot treat, right?
Yeah.
So there's, you know, the way that kind of protects your acne, the way that kind of saves you from, you know, picking at it and stuff like that. And the kind of spot treatment that not attacks the pimple, but kind of calms it down.
Kind of,
you know,
letting them know, y'all better
chill.
calm down. Yeah,
chill.
Chill pill, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about those?
Personally, for me at Wishtrend.com, one of my favorites is the by Wishtrend Clear Skin Shield Patch.
Actually, I think this little packet right there is perfect because you also have like the very big ones.
Yeah. Different sizes.
Yeah.
And there's not too many that comes with like different sizes.
I know.
You have 3 different sizes and you actually have an oval one.
Right.
And then you have a smaller size and bigger size.
Yeah, 3 different shapes, right?
And realistically, they're very usable.
These are actually so transparent.
It works great on top of base
makeup.
makeup.
I didn't know that because I'm not very good at makeup. I only do it when I film or something.
I know some of them, I think if you put on your BB cream or base makeup, you can definitely see it in certain angles or lights.
Right.
But this one, it's very thin. So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people love it. Personally, for me, I think sulfur is an ingredient that you don't see in too many spot treatments, but especially with 3%. So that is kind of high if you think about it. But this is one spot treatment that I was like, oh my gosh, it like visibly reduced the size of my pimple. So those, it's perfect to use. So I get a little Q-tip or I just go ahead and put it on my fingers and I put on top like a mask almost. That reduces the size significantly the next day. However, let's say, you know, sometimes you do have one breakout. There's times when you have like 5 like homies.
Right.
It's not just one homie,
a group of friends hanging out together.
Exactly. And you're like, what do I do? For those times, I know a lot of people want to, like, they want to put a thick layer on. However, if you do that, because it has 3% of it, my skin just started peeling afterwards. Like, it was so dried out. So what I want to recommend is if you want to use it on large areas, make sure you use a very thin layer. That also still helps to calm the breakout down. However, if you have like those big old ones, like that's like scream at you, then you can just use it as a spot treatment. When your skin's like irritated and it starts lacking moisture, I think it sends the wrong message to your brain. So it starts producing maybe excessive sebum too at the same time. So I think calming and moisturizing, it's the easiest things for your skin, but it's so important. So we wanted to introduce you to 2 different products here. The first one is the Robectin Lotus Water Calming Toner.
I feel like this one is much lighter.
I love it.
So this is definitely more of like a toner, you know, like consistency. It's just basically water. But you know, very hydrating water.
I feel like the texture itself is watery, but it has that viscosity to it, and once you apply it, it's so silky. So it does help to moisturize your skin like deep within. And I feel like afterwards, 1 to 2 layers afterwards, you're like, oh, my skin feels so calm. especially if you do have acne-prone skin, and which I did more so like when I first started my personal YouTube channel too. All my videos, you can see me with a little bit of the green thick layer on. I mean, not green, the blue layer on, because I would use it almost like a mask.
Right.
It has guaiazuline and centella asiatica, which is like one of our favorite ingredients, right, for calming. So it's so amazing, and I love the fact that it's amazing to calm heated skin too. So heat, it also causes a lot of concerns for our skin, especially breakouts too.
Right.
So for me, I love the way how cooling it is. I love that for tan skin. So if you have a slight sunburn too, this is amazing to use. I'm so excited to have this Claire's vitamin drop in the box because this one has 5% of ascorbic acid, so it's pure vitamin C. However, I feel like this is my first vitamin C that I was able to use for my sensitive skin. It's my first love because it's gentle enough to be used about 2 to 3 times a week, or you can use it every night for certain people. But when I started off, I wanted to recommend that you do try it in for about 2 to 3 times a week.
Right. And then the texture itself, I have to admit, at first, I did not like this product.
Me too. When you first try it, the texture can feel a little bit oily.
Right.
But everything soaks in afterwards.
Yeah, and it dries out matte. So it almost feels like I'm applying an oil, right? But the way that it dries out, it's super matte.
Not just for acne scars, but so amazing to remove like skin texture. So it will improve overall uneven skin tone. It's gonna get much better. Sunscreen is so important.
For sure.
And I'm so glad that they have this one that we both really like. This is the Rovectin Aqua Soothing UV Protector. And personally for me though, I don't like sunscreens with a white cast.
Yeah.
But when my skin is really sensitized, I like using this one. This is so good.
So I never use mineral sunscreen. So how about you show them, you know, the white cast or lack thereof?
When you first apply it, it looks like, oh crap.
That's when I was worried.
That's what you're worried about?
That's the step where I was worried.
But everything soaks in really nicely. And personally for me, I like this because it's moisturizing. And at the end, it's like semi-matte.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it doesn't look oily nor tacky.
And actually, a lot of people who, you know, get like very tingly, watery eyes from the chemical sunscreens are gonna love this one.
Oh yeah. When you look into the nooks and crannies, like the wrinkles and stuff like that, some like non-chemicals, it always creases. But this one doesn't do that. And that's one thing that I really like about it.
So, you guys, sunscreen.
It's a must.
Yes.
And this curation is just amazing. It's not just made within one day. This is a set of curation that the producers, the staff here, the professionals here, they really try this routine for a long period of time to actually make sure that we can recommend it to our Wishtrenders with the specific concerns. So I feel like right now you can get it with a really good price, like almost near to the staff discount. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really good price. So this is 45% discount right now, and we will leave all the details in the description. The description is a wonderful place.
A wonderful place that you should always visit.
You should always visit.